Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. Hope you're well. We are going to have a look at animations. So in my animations, we need to understand that we don't want all the bells and whistles and we don't want the dancing bears. We need to beware of the danger of dancing bears. And what I'm talking about is that you need to use animations only for emphasis. So you only want emphasis on your animations. Unless the page calls for a lot of animation and it's solely for that page and it's solely for that particular part of your story. You don't want this on every single page because it will quickly bore your audience and it will just distract away from the message and the story that you're trying to convey. So the story you want to tell has to be the main part of your presentation. So let's be aware of the danger of the dancing bears, and we don't want all the bells and whistles. When you tap on your object, you'll get a menu at the top. At the side, you've got a little arrow that's going to take you to the animation page. You can go to animate like this. On your animation page, you have several things. You have a play button at the top, you have an undo, you have your build order that you can move things around. And so at the bottom, you have three actions. You have a build in, so that means when the page opens and you go to this slide, the action will occur. Add an action, that's maybe if you want something to occur, and then have a build out. So usually when you've got something like this, you want something subtle. So let's go and get something subtle. We just want something like a dissolve or something like that. Okay, so it's just going to pop onto the page and it's going to emphasize and bring people's attention to that one thing. So when we play the page, you're going to come in like this and it's going to work on tap. So when you tap the screen, it will appear, okay? And it brings people's attention to that page, okay? To that item. So if I go and play again, you'll talk about the flooding in Southeast Asia, for example, and then you're just emphasizing the topic with what you're going to talk about in this subject, and then you're going to tell the introduction, the middle, or the end of your story. While you're doing this and you're talking about it, you tap on the screen, and then you can bring this to people's attention, particularly if you're talking about flooding in Vietnam. This is a picture of somebody in Vietnam. So you can go and add an action that's happening in there. So this will happen on tap as well. So if you want to bring people's attention to that again, okay, you can see what I'm talking about when we add blink. It doesn't suit the purpose here, okay? So maybe you just want something that is quite simple as you're talking about it. So you're talking about flooding in Southeast Asia, bringing people's attention, and you want to bring them back to the attention of this again. Okay? So, something subtle, no dancing bears, and certainly not all the bells and whistles. Unless, of course, that page is all about animation and you want to tell a story, you want to tell a particular part of the story using animation on that page, but not on every single page. As always, good luck.